the final strategy change I want to share with you to help you live a more healthy lifestyle. And this one again is pretty simple. Eat real food. There are so many diets out there that are telling you to do things that are really unsustainable, really strict diets. Keto, you're eating all fats and proteins and basically no carbs. Really, really hard to stick to long term. I mean, if you want to lose 30 pounds in 2 months and then gain it all back, sure, it's great for you. But it's too strict. It's not sustainable for life. Intermittent fasting, unrealistic. There's so many diets out there that aren't sustainable. And the truth is, they're not necessary. If you look back to the 20s, way back in the day, people really weren't that fat. There weren't that many overweight people because it's before processed foods were common. People were all eating real food and therefore weren't that heavy. They weren't counting calories and doing all this nonsense because it's not necessary. If you're eating real foods, eggs, Greek yogurt, broccoli, spinach, fruits, if you're eating real foods, there is no need to calorie count because these foods are filling. They're high in protein, they're high in fiber. If you're eating a lot of real substance, real food, there isn't room for all the other stuff. The stuff like the Oreos and chips and cookies and pastas and breads, all those other foods are the ones that have a lot of sugar in them, they're very processed, a lot of sugar, a lot of added sweeteners, sucralose and aspartame and all these weird sugars that have a negative effect in your body. They increase cortisol levels and they make you store that sugar as fat, essentially. So if you can avoid a lot of these processed foods, I'm not saying completely eliminate bread. Don't get me wrong, that's not necessary. Don't eliminate bread. But if you can reduce the bad stuff, there is much healthier versions of all these foods. Instead of white pasta, you can go to whole wheat or chickpea pasta, which I love. Chickpea pasta is awesome. Instead of white bread, you can go to 12 grain whole wheat bread. Look at the ingredients. Look for all the sugars. If the ingredient list is this long, don't buy it. Buy things that have less ingredients. The less processed food you buy, the better off you are. Okay, I'm not saying be perfect. By no means you're going to be perfect. That's not realistic for life. And you want to do something that you're going to be able to stick to for the rest of your life. So really focus on a lot of real food and limit the processed stuff. It's just that simple. What we went over today and what we've talked about in the last few days is part of what we do in our 12-week program. In our program, we work with a small group of busy dads and we make small habit changes one by one, changes that are realistic and sustainable to maintain for the rest of your life. If you're interested in making a change in your life and getting healthier for yourself and your family, click the link below, check out what the program has to offer, and if you're interested, sign up. If you have any questions, feel free to ask us. That's why we're here. We'll ask any questions you have, and we'll talk to you guys soon.